What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and today I'm ready to do my full review on the Kansept Knives Vivid prototype. Now this is in via the Lefty Pass-Around group, and this is part of the Jacob Lundqvist sort of package that Kevin threw together with the Vivid prototype as well as the version prototype. If you guys caught yesterday's video, you saw me, kind of ran a little bit about how much I was not a true fan of this knife. And I definitely enjoy the Vivid more than the version. However, that is not to say that the Vivid does not have its own, issues. But I do like the knife a lot more, and am looking to see if the new production versions in the, upcoming couple months of 2025 will be better than the prototype. But yeah, we're going to delve right into it, starting off with materials. This is a prototype, like I just said 14 times, I think. And I think I got 3 in from the Lefty Pass-Around group. And I just decided to go with the blue kind of G-Mascus carbon fiber-ish scales to check out, in depth for you guys. Now I don't have a website to link to you guys down below, or for you guys down below, because there is not much to go off of this on the internet at all. I tried looking it up on Kansept's website, but I'll leave a link to just Kansept's website if you guys are interested in going and poking around. I'll also leave a link to Jacob's Instagram page down below. He did just make a post a week ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, regarding how this is his next upcoming, OEM or design, being produced by a different company, licensed design, I guess what I'm trying to say. And the picture he posted, it looked a little bit different, with the hole looked a little bit different, looked a little bit more cut out. So again, I am intrigued to see the upcoming changes on the production version versus the prototype. But I can't give you guys too many specs or anything like that. I don't even know what the steel is on the proto. There is little to be known about this, but I do think it's a cool model, and I am hoping they make the right changes to make this a successful launch. Yeah, jumping right into materials. And I feel like I can't even really rate this 100% because I don't know exactly what is going on this. But starting off, we have an unknown steel. We have a beautiful Wharncliffe style blade, has a nice tip down here, hole for deployment with a fuller. There is the Kansept logo with the blade, or the knife number. Over here we have Jacob's designer logo as well as Vivid. I really like the blade shape. It is a stonewash design, but it's kind of a polished stonewash. You guys can see a little bit of a reflection. I really like that. Love the finger choil up here. This is utilizing, I believe, Kansept's first crossbar lock. In, again, this sort of blue, white, gray G-Mascus or carbon fiber. I don't exactly know. I think it's carbon fiber. Get some finger grooves down here. Got a back spacer. And then you have a really nice back-mounted, let me close the knife, back-mounted clip that curves with the knife. And it is super deep carry. It's kind of like one of those hybrid clips that I really love. Kind of similar to the Tempest Knives Fractus. Just love these types of clips that look like a milk clip, but they function super, super deep in and out of pocket. Now this shows to be reversible, but I don't think it would work with this clip because the way the knife is kind of curved with the blade. If you flipped it, it would be curved this way. Or no, it would be curved this way up the blade, or up the scale. But as far as, that is concerned, really, really nice. I wish I knew what the steel was, what the steel was going to be. Again, there is very little to be known regarding the Vivid on the internet. So you guys will have to kind of just keep an eye out on his Instagram. And I don't know, I didn't go through and read the comments on the post that I'm referring to, so there maybe is some information that he has given from people asking questions. I'm probably actually going to do that after I hop off this, or make this video and hop on Instagram. But I just feel like, I don't know if I can fully, now that I think about it, I don't know if I can fully give you guys a full review on it because it's so incomplete. So maybe I won't score this knife. I guess that might be the better option. Maybe once the production versions come out, maybe get one in and address the changes that have happened from the prototype to the production, and then I'm able to give you guys a better score that way. So maybe we'll just chat about the knife. I guess that is probably a better thing to do. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Another thing I forgot to mention: the bolsters are titanium, which is really nice. And there is no internal milling, but again, there is no, weight specs or anything like that. Something else that is interesting is you never normally see a, body standoff the whole way up here. That is kind of interesting. But yeah, overall, I like the design. Again, I'm a fan of the blade shape. I like how the tip is kind of pointed down. So like when you are in a grip and you're doing push cuts through things, it kind of sucks the materials towards you, which is great. Quick thing about ergos. The ergos on this thing are fantastic, very, very comfortable. Choked back, I can get all 4 fingers of the knife very easily. And it has a few finger grooves right here. So pointer finger wraps around, middle finger wraps around, and you're following pinky finger and ring finger kind of chill together. And then there is no jimping, so I don't know if that'll be something they change on the production version or not. But this thing is uber comfortable in hand. It's very, very comfortable. Your fingers are locked in here, and then you can choke up to the choil. So pointer finger wrapped around, your middle finger goes up into this choil, ring finger here, and the pinky kind of gets all this leverage back here to hang out. And that is very, very comfortable as well. Again, this blade shape is just so usable for so many things. You can use it for fine detail and tracing cuts. If you're going to be pushing through cardboard, opening letters, Amazon packages, anything like that, this thing is very, very capable of doing a lot of different things. That is why I think the, this, Wharncliffe style blade is just so great. The action, the one complaint or the couple complaints that I have, with the knife is the detent is just kind of mushy. So hopefully in the production version, they are able to, finely tune and detail that a little bit more. One video that I saw from, it's not JD for EDC anymore. I think it's Daily Gear Guide. I think he changed his channel name. I was watching him do a review of this, and he mentioned how, which I never would have noticed it, but you guys can see that. So this is the knife closed. You guys can see the lock goes back, and that is how the lock is fully closed, and it's fully, you guys can see there's no gap right there. It's closed. But when the knife is closed, you guys can see there's a smidgen of a gap right there. So that doesn't allow the lock bar back here to fully, seat. And that just makes, that combined with how JD said the, angle back here, it's hard to see, is kind of on an angle. It's not fully up and down, straight up and down. It just doesn't make any, it doesn't make much of as a way of an obstruction for the knife to open, to where if they fully allowed the lock to seat itself closed and had this up and down as opposed to on an angle, it would make for more of a detent, feeling for the knife. So hopefully they are able to adjust that as well. Reverse flick, it works. I think honestly thumb flick works the best for this just because of the way the detent is. Again, it's very mushy. I'm really hoping they dial it in for the production run. But the thumb flick works really well, and when you go to close it, it's very, very smooth. Again, I think this is Kansept's first go at a crossbar lock, and I really like how the crossbar, pieces are they're stepped and they're angled, which makes a great form of, grabbing onto the blade. And again, I think the thumb flick honestly works just as good as the reverse flick, which is different for me. I normally always prefer reverse flicks, but the thumb flick is just really good. Nice neutral handle. You kind of just shove it into the palm of your hand, grab onto the lock tabs, and drops it down. So you guys can tell right away. Obviously it's not a full review, but I really enjoy the Vivid a lot more than the version. And yeah, I don't know when this is supposed to come out, but I think it's early 2025 from what I've understood from Jacob's posts. And again, I need to go check out the comments because sometimes people ask him questions and he'll answer it on there. But I think this has the ability to really be a great model for Kansept. You know, I could take or leave this sort of carbon fiber. You know, it's okay. It's a little bit in your face, in my opinion. I would prefer maybe just, I don't know, a full tie version or even a micarta version. Now, one of the other versions I got with this was Damascus. I'm not a fan of Damascus, so that's why I immediately chose not to, excuse me, you know, review it. But yeah, I apologize, guys. I wasn't able to really do a full review on this. I kind of realized that as I was getting into the video itself. But you know, we chatted a little bit about it, and I think there are a lot of good things about this knife that can be, you know, stay true for the prototypes going into the production. However, I do think that, you know, the detent needs to be figured out, and hopefully the, you know, the production version shows that. But I'm excited to see what happens with this. I love the pocket clip. It's another thing. Great in a pocket. You have no flipper tab, no jimping, anything like that. It just sits in there so well. It is a little bit fat due to that blade shape, but not an issue. You know, just really enjoy that pocket clip, and it looks really good in and out of pocket. Aesthetics, it looks good. I love the overall shape of it. Again, I will be intrigued to see if they use anything different on the handle scales or the inlays. But overall, I do think it's a positive design from Jacob. I do think that it is, you know, there are a lot of good things going for it, as long as they can fix those kind of small, you know, marks that I've heard, you know, not just myself, but other creators and, you know, reviewers talk about as well. I think if they can fix those, I will be really intrigued to see how this knife looks when it comes out in its full production version. But yeah, so I guess this was not a full review. This was kind of just a chit chat about the, sorry, that's the go-kart going by, or the golf cart going by, the maintenance guys outside. But, you know, kind of just a chit chat about the upcoming production version of the Vivid from Kansept. But yeah, I guess I'm going to wrap this up now. I don't really want to ramble on too much. I feel like we got our talking points across. And again, hopefully in the future, you know, if someone else, maybe Kevin will get another production version of this in, or, you know, depending on how the knife looks and, you know, how well it's perceived, I might look to get one myself. And that way I'm able to compare whether or not they were able to capitalize on the good things going for the Vivid and then fix the sort of, you know, cons. I'll be intrigued to see what they do. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Did any of you guys, you know, happen to really see much about the Vivid on, you know, Instagram or other reviewers? Or is this kind of an under the radar knife that you're now just first seeing on my channel, and it kind of has you intrigued? I'm definitely intrigued, and I, you know, would love to hear what you guys have to say, as always. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up now. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, day, night, whenever you're watching this. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.